Hello, everyone. I am so happy to be with you today. Today is such a special day. It's about the equinox and what is going on. My name is Magdala Ramirez, and I come from the Maya Mexica tradition. And we are entering in this powerful wave, a trecena, 13 days. 13 days that it is an energy wave where you can see, where you can understand a higher consciousness. I want to start by saying this statement that it is very, very important. Our ancestors, they were not measuring time. They were measuring consciousness. So when we see these trecenas and these energy waves, based on consciousness, it is a completely different story. So we are right now in the wave of the deer, the pathfinder, that path where you have been and where are you going. And that is just way too important to comprehend because for such a long, long time, human beings thought that they were living their lives thinking that life leaves you and that you need to be there and show up to life or whatever life is going to give you, thinking that it is some kind of a magical understanding that you just need to do that. And that is the mentality of the patriarchal system. The truth is that you are life and you are inside of this hologram, where this hologram is being presented with different lessons, different experiences, that you are the one who's pushing this button for those experiences. So when you think about path and you relate your path based on the patriarchal system, like I need to have these degrees or certificates, I need to get married, have children, pay taxes, and die. Like you begin to think in a linear way, which that linear way does not really exist. If you see yourself as consciousness and you see everyone else as consciousness, when you see the trees and the flowers, each one with different vibration and different consciousness, you see the rocks, you see the stones in your path even as consciousness. The whole picture about your path change just in front of your eyes. Deciding what do you really want in your life and really making your day, preparing your day. What is the thing that you want to experience today? What is that it is very important for you in this time and space, and why is so important is very, very, very powerful to realize it within your own self. Does it is based on that patriarchal system, or it is based on that is beautiful spirit that you are? I want you to think about the things in your life that it is about decayed, that it will pass, and the things that they are eternal, like you. That eternity that you have always been. Because just a reminder, you have always been alive and you know this. You come into this realm because you needed those experiences. But you are alive and you have always been alive. So it is not the experience, but the lesson that it is behind the experience, what it is eternal. Because once the evolution of the soul get into this beautiful understanding of the self, it truly creates a very different story in your life. I want you to think about your path. People that you encounter, it is always a message for you. You know, the synchronicities in your life, that beautiful divine order, which is the Father. It is always so much enrichment of your own soul if you see it from a different perspective of reality. Relations that you have or you had in the past, it always, they were there to teach you something. And it's very much to teach you about you. And when you see all these situations and see love everywhere and the lessons of love everywhere, it doesn't matter what it is, what is going on. It is always about love. This equinox was very, very powerful because you were able to see, even as a woman, the masculine way is about that protection. What are you protecting? Are you protecting your heart because you're afraid of love? What are you protecting? Do you think that pain in your life has been dictating your life? Or can you bring that liberation by changing the perspective of pain? Can you make that realization of the self when you are willing to understand protection in a very different way? When you understand that the male way, it is very much protecting from the outside, but the feminine, it is the one that is protecting from the inside. You want to love, and you want to understand love that you are in a deeper manner, in a stronger manner. When you are able to conceive this in your head and bring it forward as you are, in that authenticity, through that original vibration, it really takes you into that divine order in everything that you do, in all your relations. For such a long time, people has been afraid to be themselves because thinking that they were not going to be accepted, that they're going to be rejected. Can you see love in that? I think it is love, what it is behind all that. And yet, when you put attention into that love, immediately you heal these parts in yourself that you were so afraid to be. You were so afraid to even design your own path and understand that uniqueness of your path. For such a long time, we have been talking about this hologram, the smoky mirror. The ancestors call it the Tecastlipok, the illusion. What it is, that illusion that you have in your mind that doesn't allow you to see other things, that unique experience, that beautiful you that you have always been. And when you bring that awareness into it, you bring that awareness about who you are for real, all the experiences change because the lessons are much more higher. The ancestors never see that timeline that it was imposed on you from the patriarchal system. They saw this spiral, an evolution that human being, it is able to conceive themselves in a higher manner. the next stage of the human being. What is it? When we talk about evolution, we are also talking about this involution. In some ways happening at the same time. One is clockwise, the other one is counterclockwise. And that counterclockwise is going back into who you are for real. For such a long time, human beings allowed that patriarchal system to define you. It was a matter of how much money you have, status, degrees, certificates, and how other people look at you, thinking that you need to know more because you have this certificate or not. Accordingly to that patriarchal system. But when you work in that involution, you know that by the end of the day, you are you, and you're beautiful. And that is the part that it is eternal, that it is not into that decade. It is not linear. And that is part of the evolution of the human being. We are entering as a humanity into a very beautiful stage. Nothing is in the hidden anymore. You have the ability to see with your other eyes and open your senses not with the limited and the limitations of the patriarchal system, but as it meant to be. And that it is very powerful. Now, how do we bring those senses without breaking that limitations? When you don't hide anymore, when you are not bounded by the rules of any system whatsoever, when you are able to see yourself beyond any limitations of what you're supposed to be doing or not. Understanding these ways, it is very much opening the other senses as it meant to be. Not hiding from that truth and facing that greatness that you are as the daughter, as the son of the great mother and the great father, it truly creates a very different story. When you don't hide, nobody can hide in front of you anymore. When you are not bounded by the rules and regulations from the system, then you understand that freedom that you have always been. And no matter what culture you are, entering into this new world, that it is not matriarchal, that it is not patriarchal, it is both, the perfect balance. It starts in you. So it is the time to bring that wisdom that you have always been forward. We have been talking about the two hearts for such a long time, and you can find more radio talks in our archives that talks about the two hearts. But that other heart, that it is connected with the multiverse, the one that has access to all this beautiful information, the library of the multiverse, as I call it, it really creates this beautiful raising that vibration that you are. The point in this, what you're going to do. What you're going to do with that information, with that incredible wisdom that you can tap into it anytime that you want. You need to bring it forward. and bringing it forward. It is with all your relations. It is within yourself, because you are able to see yourself in a much more higher manner. There are many concepts in the system, many concepts that they has been limiting you. They tell you what it means, and you create over and over again by those standards your path. When you break those standards, like, for example, higher self concept, you think that it is another you, that it is higher than you. And if you write it down, whatever you think about that higher self, you will find out that you are your own higher self. You will understand that is the one that it is pushing the button in the hologram, creating experiences. When you can see those lessons in those experiences, you don't need to repeat the same experience over and over and over again. You break this thing that it make it normal, repeating the same experiences, because it becomes comfortable, even if it is a bad situations in your life. Still you feel it like, well, that is life and that's how it is. No, it is not. It is up to you and that original creator, the one that it is in you, because you are the daughter, you are the son of the creators, and create your unique path. Base it on amazing being that you are, not base it on the system. It is imperative at this time. There is powerful situations too that you must realize. You're not bounded by time. You see, you can see the time, present, past, and future, from a higher perspective of yourself. You have many possibilities in your life. Where do you want to go? You have a choice. Many of the things that you have experienced, or possibilities that they are in the table, they are possibilities because you already live it. That's why they are possibilities in the first place. So you're the one who's choosing that possibility that you already live, and you're just making it official. When you're making it official, you understand that possibility and what it is next for you. When you realize this incredible ability of recognizing this, you can always ask with this heart that it is connected with the multiverse, what is next for me? What is the next truth available for you? Immediately creates a very, very beautiful, different story. Your next truth available means that you are able to bring it forward, the truth that you are right now, and recognizing who you are, and unfolding this, not making a set mind about this, but go constantly open and open, just like the lotus flower. And it is all based on love, love that you have always been. For love, it is eternal. For love, it is always unfolding, creating and recreating who you are, not based on time, but based on consciousness. That it is very, very powerful for human beings to comprehend at this time. I want you to remember that we do have the school online where people from everywhere in the world it is making that spiritual work, catching up to that original vibration. For we know that the only one that you need to reach is yourself. As a reminder, you do have all the assistance that you need. The part of you that it is evolving is the one that it is receiving that assistance. And it is a matter of your alignment with the one that created you, the one that receiving that assistance. You can apply to that assistant at all time. And it is there to help you. Design your life. Design your beautiful path and put some flowers in it that you will encounter in the road. Beautiful people that it will help you to evolve as you are helping them to evolve too. It is all already there. We are entering into this new era. And it is not the rules of the system. It is not through the parameters of the system that tells you and dictate you how it's supposed to be. You're being guided by a higher truth. It is time for you to use your senses as it meant to be. As a reminder, yes, download our app, Messages from the Great Mother. It has been showing the way and recognizing that she's always with you. I'm always with you. And you are always with me. If we can understand that place within ourselves, it truly creates a very beautiful, powerful new reality for you and the many. I want you to remember that the one is contained in the whole, as the whole it is contained in the one. I love you and I am your other you. Tlatzocomate, Tlatzocomate, Tlatzocomate for being you. I am you.